Thank you, Mr. Beck. Good evening and welcome to the Conservation Commission meetings of Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. This meeting was in person and in the remote via Zoom. So, and it's an unusual meeting as a special. So at 7:15, I'll call the meeting to order. The only thing on the agenda is the alteration of land, including work in the 25-foot no disturb zone within 100 feet of the Neponset Reservoir. A little history to this. Over a year ago, we had a report of a violation upon the Neponset River Reservoir, and upon investigation, a member went out, talked to the landowner for very briefly before he was asked to leave the premises. We have sent him letters. A number of us have been out at various times to talk to the gentleman, and no one has responded. At the present time, we've had a constable deliver a cease and desist. He also has received one in the mail. So during the course of today, the gentleman, Mr. Nichols, came in and dropped off a letter, which I will read into the record. He says that he cannot make tonight's meeting, but this is the letter that we received. Good evening. I'm sorry I am unable to attend the Conservation Commission's meeting tonight. I was looking forward to presenting myself to answer and explain any questions the Commission has about the recent work in the rear of 20 Ridge Road. Unfortunately, a close friend has passed away, and myself and family must attend the wake and pay our respects. I would like, however, the opportunity to attend the next Commission's meeting to resolve any problems the Commission has regarding this matter. I further would tell you that all work has ceased and will not continue as the Commission has requested. I also will try to provide the Commission with whatever info they have requested. I will look forward to the Commission's next meeting to bring this matter to a mutual conclusion for all parties. Thank you. That is the letter that we received from Mr. Nichols, and with that, I would like to have Jane just do a little quick review so that we can get all of our T's crossed and I's dotted for this unusual meeting.
All right, so we received an anonymous call. Thank you. An anonymous call of ongoing activities in the reservoir. My eyes and ears are everywhere. Thank you, people. And so the two commissioners and I, with the police escort, went out to check it, but nobody answered the phone. And so what we did is we went to an abutting property and went to the door and asked if we could go onto their property to view what was going on, because that's one of the things you can do, view from an abutter with permission or view from a public way. So we did that. We took pictures, and then I started to, I told the commission about it during the last meeting, and so I started making calls. So I called the DEP circuit rider for his opinion. I never received any response. DEP Environmental Strike Force, and spoke to Stephen Spencer and sent him information about what was going on. And then I got a call from Andy Jones at the DEP, who was doing triage for the person who usually does this kind of work and will be out until the 6th. So the DEP is involved. I've sent them copies of the information. And I have a administrative document, and I've been speaking to town council to make sure that we do everything right. We, like Bob said, we had it served by a constable, and we're thankful that we received this letter from Mr. Nichols, and his statement that he would like to continue to the next meeting. So I guess that's about it right now. And Bob, you have your little script that you should go by, because we want to make this short and sweet.
Yeah, right, absolutely. Do we want to sign this tonight?
No,
Okay,
no, I had drafted
okay,
a potential enforcement and restoration order to review tonight, but since Mr. Nichols isn't here, we want him to have a chance to respond to stuff and tell us what's going on and whatever. So we will likely issue an enforcement order next meeting.
Okay.
And
he is aware that the cease and desist is still in force?
well,
So,
he
and
should be,
Yes, and he indicated that no work would be done, so,
yes.
all right.
Do we intend to advise him what he needs to start putting together for us for the next meeting? Or,
I think what the cease and desist letter said, cease all work,
Right.
contact the commission so that we can come in for a site visit. He came in with a letter today. We need to collect data before we know what we're talking about. I mean, we
Yeah.
took pictures from an abutting property, but it was pouring down rain,
Yeah.
of course. First day it ever rained.
Before we write, we do need to do a site visit.
We absolutely do, yeah.
So I think if we can prearrange that, if he responds to this meeting, give us permission for a site visit before our next meeting, or we will do it after the next meeting. But
it should be done before.
it should be done before, but if he doesn't, we'll do it after, and he still will have a cease and desist until we release it, so no work can be performed.
So basically, at this point, the commission should just discuss questions and note any concerns that you have, because from what you can gather from what I've sent. We will need, we've issued the cease and desist. We will want to issue an enforcement and restoration order, which will tell him what he needs to do by certain dates and that kind of thing. And we will not request a notice of intent for the work, because a notice of intent gives permission to do work and can be appealed. An enforcement and restoration order requires the work to be done. And it could be complicated. I'm glad to be having town council's help, and hopefully the DEP's as well. So I've asked people to let me know if they have any concerns to address, and the concerns that I've heard from some of you and also that I came up with was schedule the site walk ASAP. Perhaps the dump soil should be tested. They should certainly be covered immediately to ensure that they don't go from wherever they're being dumped into a wetland resource area. And basically protection, site visit, and then thinking about what we can include in the enforcement and restoration order.
Okay.
I've taken a lot of classes. There's an awful lot of steps that you need to follow to make sure that you're doing everything that you're required to do.
All right, so as far as what we have to do tonight is just to make sure that he is on the agenda for September 19th.
There's nothing on the September 19th agenda, so if you want to put it for a 7:05, he could be first.
Okay,
So you just need to make a motion to continue the discussion.
Basically, yeah,
To continue the enforcement discussion.
basically this wording.
She just wrote that up.
This was all wording that was.
okay.
All right, so continue the discussions concerning the cease and desist notification
Yes, as requested
to the next meeting as requested, which is September 19th,
by
2022.
by Mr. Nichols.
7:05.
By Mr. Nichols. The owner of the property, right? Okay.
Second that?
Discussion? Did everyone hear all of that? Because Jim wasn't close to the mic. I'm sorry.
Everybody hear
Oh.
that?
But I'm not sure if the audience heard it.
I can repeat.
Okay.
Make a motion to continue this matter, which is the cease and desist notification, which was requested by the owner, Mr. Nichols, to the next meeting, September 19th, 2022.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Jane, do you want me to get approval for this letter, or?
All right, so you already noted for the record tonight that notice of continued discussion will be posted on the 9/19 agenda at 7:05. Yes, so if you'd like, I can review this out loud. And then you all could discuss and vote to issue the notification letter, and then I get to bring it to his house. Want me to read it, or shall you? It's from you.
It's from me. so-
Yeah, why don't you read it?
Okay, thanks. Hand-delivered and certified mail to Mr. Kenneth Nichols, 20 Ridge Road, Foxborough. Ray, cease and desist order, 20 Ridge Road, Neponset Reservoir. Dear Mr. Nichols, during the Conservation Commission's emergency meeting held on August 30th, 2022, the conservation agent and I briefed the commission about the wetlands violation in the Neponset Reservoir at 20 Ridge Road. Pursuant to your August 30th, 2022 letter with request to continue the meeting discussions, the Conservation Commission has agreed to continue this matter for further discussion to their next meeting on September 19th, 2022. In the interim, the Conservation Commission's cease and desist order issued August 25th, 2022 shall remain in full force in effect, and any violation thereof or further action with respect to alterations or dredging shall result in further immediate enforcement action. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Conservation Department. Thank you in advance for your cooperation in this matter. Sincerely. With copies going to Patrick Costello, Masood Rita, Andy Jones, and Foxborough Board of Selectmen. So, do I need a vote on that, or,
You should.
okay. Somebody want to make a motion? For
Make a
me to
motion.
sign that?
Make a motion to issue that notification letter and have it signed by the commission.
Second it?
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you. And I think that concludes the meeting. Guys,
Do it.
You'll trying to set up a site visit date.
I'll have to put a little written note in on the letters about a site visit because I don't have his phone number. So hopefully he'll answer the door this time. I
Okay.
can be optimistic. And would you sign that letter? You get
Yeah,
to-
I
you
could
get
do
to
it, or
sign it.
tomorrow,
Will you be in tomorrow?
12 to 4.
Again? Oh,
Again.
okay, lucky.
Okay,
All right, whatever.
okay.
Wednesdays?
I can,
Do we need to make
Okay.
a motion to close
Need
the
a motion
meeting?
to adjourn.
Probably, yeah.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for